What if I told you that one single arrest in a South American capital could ignite the biggest superpower confrontation we've seen in decades, potentially reshaping the entire global order? I'm talking about events unfolding right now. As of January 6th, 2026, in Venezuela, last week, Venezuelan security forces detained a high-level Chinese energy executive from China National Petroleum Corporation, CNPC, in Caracas. Beijing's response? A chilling ultimatum. Release him immediately and unconditionally, or China will take whatever measures necessary to protect its citizens and vital interests. This isn't some minor diplomatic spat. This is a high-stakes flashpoint involving trillions of dollars in oil, secret financial networks, and the raw struggle for global dominance between the United States, China, and Russia. And mainstream coverage is barely scratching the surface. Let me break it down for you step by step, because understanding what's really happening here could change how you see the world right now. The arrest, how it went down. It started on January 2nd, 2026. In the early hours, Venezuelan agents stormed a luxury hotel in downtown Caracas and seized the executive. Let's call him a key figure in China's energy operations there. Official charges? Involvement in illegal financial activities. China immediately labeled it a kidnapping. Eyewitness reports paint a dramatic picture. Agents used advanced electronic jammers to black out communications in the area, tasered security personnel, and confiscated encrypted devices and documents. The tech involved specialized jammers and comms gear, raised eyebrows, as it looked far more sophisticated than Venezuela's standard toolkit. Some analysts quietly point to possible external support or training. This executive wasn't just any businessman. He oversaw massive Chinese loans for oil deals that have been a lifeline for Venezuela's government amid crushing U.S. sanctions. We're talking tens of billions in credit lines keeping the economy and the Maduro regime afloat. China's shadow network in Venezuela. Here's where it gets deeper. This man's role went beyond oil contracts. He managed what intelligence sources describe as a shadow banking system, a parallel financial network that routes billions in transactions completely outside Western banks and the U.S. dollar system. Venezuela has the world's largest proven oil reserves, over 300 billion barrels. For years, China has secured a huge chunk of that through exclusive deals. But this network handled more, bypassing sanctions to pay for everything from food imports to military supplies, using shell companies, digital ledgers, and direct bilateral trades. It's essentially a prototype for what China wants globally, an alternative to dollar-dominated finance. If successful, it could inspire similar systems elsewhere, eroding U.S. financial influence built since World War II. Beijing's ultimatum, an immediate fallout. China didn't wait. Within hours, they issued that stark warning, all options on the table. Markets reacted nervously, some bond shifts, trade suspensions hinted at, and warnings of broader economic pressure. Why so aggressive? This arrest threatens China's massive investments in Venezuelan energy and infrastructure. Lose access here, and China's energy security takes a hit at a time when it's pushing for global supply chain independence. Financial analysts are watching closely. China holds enormous U.S. treasuries and controls key commodities like rare earths. Any escalation could ripple through global markets. Higher oil prices, supply disruptions, currency volatility. The superpower triangle, U.S., Russia, and broader implications. The U.S. has long pushed sanctions on Venezuela to counter what it sees as undemocratic rule and growing Chinese/Russian influence in America's backyard. Washington denies any role in the arrest, but has welcomed pressure on Maduro. Russia, a close Venezuelan ally with its own oil stakes and military ties, quickly voiced strong support for Caracas and criticized any interference. Moscow's naval presence in the region has been noted before. This could pull them deeper in. This crisis highlights a bigger shift. The world moving from U.S.-led unipolarity to multipolar competition. Venezuela becomes a proxy battleground for energy resources, financial systems, and spheres of influence. What's at risk and what's next? Energy security, disrupt Venezuelan supplies, and global oil dynamics shift. Financial order. Success of China's alternative networks could accelerate de-dollarization, trend seen in BRICS nations. Geopolitical stability. Miscalculations here could spark wider tensions, from trade wars to proxy standoffs. As of today, January 6th, tensions remain high. China is demanding swift resolution. Venezuela faces internal and external pressures. The coming days could bring de-escalation or sharper confrontations with global repercussions. This story is evolving fast. It's not just about one arrest or one country. It's about the future balance of power in a world where economic weapons are as potent as military ones. Stay informed, because what happens next in Caracas could echo across the planet for years. What do you think? Escalation or back down? Let me know in the comments.